Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is right around the corner, and I think you should all buy your children Grand Theft Auto. Is this a joke? Well, kind of. No, not really. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really care. Here's my breakdown of this series and why I think that you should be filling that stocking up with copies of Grand Theft Auto 5 and then Grand Theft Auto 6 next Christmas. Let's get started on the stories of GTA that are perfect for coming-of-age children. I know you play as gangsters, but normally it's people who are having internal struggles and are leading their life to crime due to something that they have to overcome internally. Existential crises, immigrant issues, temperament problems. Does that sound like your kid? Kind of. Maybe they could relate. Temperament issues. And even characters struggling to find their place in society. And even though all these characters hurt cops and FIB, let's just be honest, nobody likes those guys anyway. It's all well written and it's not immature. It's good for the youngins out there to understand why an immigrant searching for the American dream can never find it due to the corruption of the government with the story of Nico Bellic from GTA 4. Even if you're anti the story of GTA and you're like, I can't endorse that, but the children should not see the stories of GTA, then let's just head to the North Pole where you can buy your little champ some GTA Online. Well, what if people insult my son? Or, what if people cuss online? Like, not only should you just stop being such a little baby, but the worst things people can say to someone is the worst thing that they do across any video game. If you're playing Fortnite, people can still cuss at you. They can still insult you.
You fucking 3-year-old! You actual fucking 3-year-old!
Honestly, your child is probably more likely to find a predator on Fortnite, Minecraft, and Roblox because those are games made for kids than he would ever find one on GTA Online. All you're doing is allowing your kid to run around online and do heists with his friends. What's so bad about that? You're just giving them social experiences on stuff they can play with their friends. And if they want to play single player and play the storyline, then Merry Christmas. What's gonna hurt them? Great writing? Come on, guys. Chill out. We aren't in 2002 anymore where everybody thought video games caused violence like a bunch of idiots with their thumbs up their butt. Instead, why don't you have your thumb on your finger ID to approve the purchase of a digital copy of the original GTA trilogy, GTA 4, or GTA 5? The game isn't even realistic anymore. People make the argument that the game's too realistic, you know, shooting people is scary and stuff like that, but like the game isn't even realistic, especially not the online. Like if you get your kid the online, there are people flying around on hover bikes and driving tanks in the middle of cities. What is that at all based in reality? It's goofy, dumb fun, and honestly, there's plenty of games that have way more mature themes, way more mature stories. Hell, even Sony's story-driven games are more mature than GTA's gameplay. Like, that is probably harder for your kid to understand than GTA's gameplay. And speaking of the way the gameplay is presented, plenty of games present their gameplays in a way that's hard for a kid to understand. I'll take a mature game like Fallout New Vegas, where it might be hard for a child to understand that they can't just run straight to New Vegas. You need to figure out the safest path and find enemies within your damage range for how low of a level you are. Now take GTA. GTA presents its gameplay in a way that a 3-year-old can understand it. They tell you the little control details and the details of the world one at a time in every single mission that you do. And they commit to this for the entire game. You don't even understand everything about the game until the end of the game. You'll be learning about how to play a mini game halfway through the story with the way the tutorials work. It's so patient that even a child could understand what they're doing. It's easy to understand and it's easy to get the hang of, whereas plenty of other games do not present themselves this easily and expect people to have the brain of a 30-year-old and not a 5-year-old. The gameplay design here is made so that I knew everything I was doing in GTA 4 even when I was 6 years old. I understood GTA 4 better than Sims and Spore when I was 6 years old. Speaking of when I was 6, my parents would argue over me playing GTA. They would go to news networks that would spout off the dumbest shit possible about GTA, but then one of them would still always let me play it. They would always go back and forth. Just don't believe a single word any of these people say. Just don't.
Lawmakers are doubling down on that idea, saying that video game should be banned.
Tia Ewing has more.
The carjacking suspects aren't even old enough to drive.
To survive, they have to set up and pull off a series of increasingly audacious heists.
What's controversial about it?
I think the treatment of women in the game is the most problematic aspect of it.
Why do they do it? I mean, the violence against women act of it.
They are so stupid. GTA would do nothing to anybody's development. Honestly, watching the news 24/7 in front of your kid does more damage to their mental health than GTA ever could. If you have the news on all the time at your house and you don't let your kid play GTA, I can promise you're doing more damage to them than that game ever could. And sure, maybe there's like a limit here, like don't let your fucking 4-year-old play GTA because it ain't no Viva Pinata. But if your child is hitting up like 10 or 11, like bruh, Come on, be real parents. Like, this is not gonna be the worse for your kid than any other online game they're currently playing. Don't be a helicopter parent, be a parent that lets their kid fly a helicopter straight into a random building. Let Santa drop GTA down your chimney this year. All this nonsense about boobs, violence, and alcohol, don't be a prude. If your kid is like 9 or higher, they're gonna be fine. There's so much more out there in a Rockstar game outside of those things, like characters with great depth, a world to explore, racing cars, socializing with friends, trying out different vehicles, and yeah, you'll probably be robbing places while doing all that. But kids also used to play cops and robbers. Somebody always had to be the robber. If you're still not convinced, then just create boundaries with your kid. Tell them that they can't go to the nightclubs in the game, and trust your kid. I was always scared to go to the nightclubs because my parents would be like, oh, like, you know, if we ever catch you there, you're gonna be grounded for 1,000,000 years. You can just convince your kid that if they go to a nightclub in the game, they're gonna be grounded for 1,000,000 years if they're ever caught. Tell your kid that if they're playing GTA, they have to have their door open or something. I don't know. Make it a bonding activity where you can play Grand Theft Auto with your kid for the first time. You know, bonding, parent to son, parent to daughter. It'll probably play through the entire storyline, contextualize that, help them out with understanding certain stuff. You know, it would make for a fun experience for you and your kid. Hear me out. I'm not a parent, but listen to me anyway. If you're a parent that allows their kid to have a smartphone but not GTA, I can promise you that smartphone is doing a hell of a lot more damage than GTA ever could, because I don't think GTA really does anything damaging to your health. I think screen time can be damaging to your health. I think video game addiction can be damaging to your health. I think fear-mongering through the news can be damaging for your health, but I don't think GTA as a singular video game can. I think it's made for children with its gameplay. I think especially the online, with how goofy it is at this point, is basically just made for kids. But take my advice or don't take it. I ain't a parent. I'm not gonna pretend I'm one. Half of this is a joke anyway. I just wanted to make a Christmas special. Happy holidays. We got a holiday special on Appreciation Culture before GTA 6 came out. Thank you all for watching. You know what we do on this channel. We're going to be appreciating every single little piece of art out there. And I will always appreciate you, especially on Christmas Day. Thank you.